Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and it's Blue Monday! Yay! Another episode of Blue Monday. I'm working through my blue scraps because I am overwhelmed. But you can pick whatever colors you want to work with. I mean, I'm working with blue because that's what we got. We got lots of it. And like I say, we're having fun with this. Now we're building 12.5-inch unfinished squares so that we can sew them all together in a twin size quilt when we're done and give that quilt to charity. So this will be our another Blue Monday, and this one's called Summer Fun, and it's quite a good scrap buster. We've got some variety here, and we've also got some half square triangles, but I cut mine with the easy angle ruler, and I've given you the traditional half square cutting triangle method so that you're not, you know, in case you don't have that ruler, you can at least make them. Okay, but first, let's get to our shout out. Our shout out is Kris at Sew the Distance. Now, I've been watching Kris for quite a while, and I've enjoyed her channel very much. She does not know this shout out is coming, so when you get the chance, go over there, check her out, and, you know, just tell her that, you know, Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent her, and give her a few words of encouragement or love or whatever. Now, her channel is going to be in the show notes. Those show notes are so important for you to be able to access. Look for the See More button in the description box. Click on that on your device, and it'll open up a whole bunch of stuff in there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds, and I do it over Zoom, and I have a PowerPoint presentation. So if your group or guild is looking for somebody who talks about fabric scraps, elements of design, you know, wants a little trunk show of all the scrappy quilts I've made, you know, that kind of thing, and talks about what's coming up on our channel, please put my name forward to your group or guild. I'd be happy to do that. It's my way of giving back to the quilting community. You're also going to find the community round robin. Now, we had so much fun with that. And Michelle from Bits and Pieces is Bits and Pieces Quilting, not just Bits and Pieces, because that takes you to a puzzle site, you know. But anyway, she's hosting on her website the free pattern, right, as it comes out weekly. But you can also find my free pattern, if there is one from me. It's going to be in those show notes as well. So that's, you got to get a hold of them. Now, FutureCat and from New Zealand, and Kelley from Kelley's Quilts and Cruises. I mean, the four of us just had a blast doing these blocks for you. And those blocks, I can't believe the color palettes you guys are coming up with. Amazing. Amazing. It's just so wonderful to see all of this come together for us. Another thing I'm going to find a link for in the show notes is our Facebook group. It's warm, welcoming, and we're having so much fun in there. We have, I don't know how many community chats now going on, and we're just having a ball. We also have a virtual sew room. So if you're part of the Facebook community and you want to come join us, you know, you can come join us, and we've set up a Discord sewing room, a virtual sewing room, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you never know who you're going to sew with. You never know what country they're from either, because it's open 24 hours a day, right? Lastly, we have the Zoom sew dates from now until the end of December. We're making that commitment to you, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I have so much fun in that group, and I get lots done for the day. I try and pick an easy thing to work on, because then I get to chat and giggle and have a good time with all of you. And hopefully we try and talk to everybody as they come in. But, you know, some days the conversation runs away on itself, and because we're just having too much fun. So, but that happens, and we would love for you to come join us. It was so much fun. Okay. So come on in, let's get to this sewing here. This one is called Summertime Fun. Okay, we're at the sewing machine, and this is how the block lays out. I'm going to quickly sew up the half square triangles, and these units will finish at 2.5 inches square once we're done. So, like I said, this is such an easy, fun block. I decided to use light blue, or as my light, because, you know, light, medium, dark kind of thing goes on. And you could choose to use a low volume if you wished. I mean, depends on what you want to do and what aesthetic you want. But I found this one worked. This worked for me because there was so much of this light blue. Yeah, I have gotten completely overwhelmed with blue. So I figured I'm going to have to do something to get my blue under control. So we might have to do a few other little sewing things with the blue. So that's okay. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind blue quilts. I'm sure people don't mind blue quilts. Now, this fabric right here, my dear friend gave me, and she didn't know what to do with it. She had it in her stash, and she just, yeah, I don't know what to do with it. So she gave it to me, and I'm very grateful for that, because it's going towards a charity quilt, and where it will be loved and used. I'm not sure which charity yet it's going to. I give my charity quilts tops to my community service person, and wherever the need is greatest, that's where my charity quilts go. So I figure, you know, they have lots of things that are going on, and you know, lots of people needing help. That, you know, this is, I'm okay not deciding. I'm giving away because I can afford to. Now, if you want to, I'm making a charity quilt, but if you want to make a twin size quilt for friends or family or something like that, you know, please do. Don't feel like you have to do something to a charity, right? Just because I'm doing it, you know, it's all good. It is good though that you do. I thank people lots that do charity quilts, because I think they're really important. They're an important part of what we do. Okay. So now I got all the half square triangles made, and I'm just going to clip them apart like this for now, and here. Now, when you cut them with the easy angle triangle, you can cut them out of a strip of 2.5 inches, and they are now 2.5 inches square when you open them up. But you've got one dog ear. Let me just move this to the side. You got one dog ear you got to trim. And I like to trim mine a little bit closer, a little sharper angle. Most people only trim like at a right angle. I go in just a hair deeper because I want to remove that bulk. So that's all I do. There we go. We'll get some more of these done. And this one would be a great scrap buster, because you just make a whole whack of, you know, you need 12. Yeah, you need 12 of these half square triangles per block. So if you're doing 35 blocks for a twin quilt, right, 35 times 12 is how many half square triangles you make. Well, you can make that very quickly, you know, just by doing a leader ender project, right? So that kind of works out nice. Okay, I'll get this scrap to the side. There. Okay, now I'm going to finger press everything, and I'm going to finger press to the dark. That's my preferred method in this block, because everything works out nicer when you don't have a bunch of show through. And this lighter fabric is a little bit on the thin side, so pressing to the dark is probably our happy spot. So just very quickly, and not hard, like you don't have to drive it home to make a block out of it. Let me just get that one pressed the right way. Yeah, it's been fun playing with these blocks. I found a dark with little multicolored polka dots, and I found little blue bows, blue and white bows with blue fabric with white bows is what I should say. Probably a better description of what it is. There. Now that did not take as long as we thought it would. Okay. And everybody goes, ooh, 12 half square triangles. Oh, good grief. No, they all work. Now, the subunit we're going to create with this is this right here. We're going to go right across there, just like so. And here, again, oops, this one didn't get pressed. Oh, it didn't get pressed. Huh. Okay, there we go. Missed one. So you're making the same subunit, except it's been turned, right? So, and your points are going in towards the center. That's a good way of keeping your, so your lights are pointing out and your darks are pointing in. Right, so here we go, last up there. So that's what our block is going to look like, kind of. There, you can see that. So we're going to just work on our subunits, these little squares first, because that's important to get them sewn up. And they all measure, you know, 2.5 inch. If you're doing the traditional method, please trim your half square triangles down to 2.5 before you sew. Otherwise, this won't work out. Otherwise, you're going to have problems matching everything. Okay. And we'll just go across. Just like that. There. This one, oops. There we go. And this. And you take your time, line them up so you get a good, you know, it's nice and straight. You know, we're just whipping through this. You're probably thinking, good grief. Not a race. Yes, it is. No, I mean, it really is. You just take your time and get them. Get them to do the best job to make them square as you can. Right? Or like, you know, line them up the best you can. Okay, now, I'm going to go through here and make a dividing line there. And we're going to run these two together just like this. I'm going to open them up. Just like that, and go through. I'm going to go through just like so. And, oh. There. Now, we're nesting where all of those triangles intersect, which is important to get all that nesting happening. There we go. And you take two more. And you lay them out like that. Oops. Let's get this out of the way. Laying out two more. You just lay them just so like that. You've got that. And there. Easy subunit to work. Okay. And we want to go, oops, we want to go like that. We don't want to go the other way. Okay. 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 And last two. Open them up just like this, and we're going to sew like that. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing away from the bulk that where there's a seam in here. If I pushed it the other way, it would create a bump. Well, I'm pushing it away so it doesn't create a bump. Right, so it lies a little flatter, because laying flat is a good idea in a quilt block. You don't want it puffing too much. Okay. Now, okay. And this is last. Okay, now what I'm saying about this bump, if on the back, the seam wants to go this way and this way. Now this is the way it's going to lie the flattest, this way. If I try and go this way and this way, I've got a bump. I create a bump. So we're distributing the way it's going to lie the flattest. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, okay, you line all this up. And with the needle down, I open this up, give it a quick trim, like so it's out of my way. Okay. There we go. And you can feel with your fingers how well that's nested, or, you know, how well you're doing. Okay, there we go. Now, I got 4 subunits, and I'm just going to clip them apart. These are our corners. Now, we can pop these open just like that and swirl our seam. And that also helps reduce the bulk in the center, right? Just like so. I'm going to put that back. I'll show you a little closer. Hopefully I get a little closer. I'm just going to pop it open like that. Swirl my seam from the back. Give it a little finger press to persuade it to go that way. And put it in place. There we go. And again, here, I'll show you. I'll try and get a little closer. Okay, open, just like that. Finger press this, so you create a little spinning seam in the back. See that little right there? That's your little spinning seam. And now you want to finger press this so that it sits nice. And last one. Okay, now, you just get this. Okay, so this looks pretty good so far, doesn't it? So now what we're going to do is put this together just like a 9 patch, right? This is how this comes together. And yeah, just say this whole thing could be scrappy, right? Because these now are just, 4.5-inch squares that are, going to, be perfect together. There we go. There. And these two, yeah. This is such a cute little. I really like this fabric. I just thought, oh my god, this is ever adorable. Okay. Go. Alright. That goes down and that goes up. There. Now, here we go. Okay, now when we're doing webbing, and if we're not sure we've done it right, we just open it up, check our work, right? Self-check our work, right? And yes, those corners are facing in. All the arrows are going into the center. So I guess we can continue along with this, just doing the webbing, because at that point, if you made something sewed something wrong, you could correct it. You only have to undo one seam, right? So that's why you check it. I know it sounds a little cumbersome, but it works. It's well worth the time and effort to do that check. Okay. And this drawing along like that. And there we go. Now this one's got an odd little wobble, but we'll just correct the wobble. There we go. And now we sew the other 2 seams the other way. Give it a check to make sure it's all going the right way again. First, you should always open it and do that, right? I mean, I have done that where I put the last row on wrong. So here we are, that works. Okay, let's do this. And we've got all this, the ones with the more seams on the top, because that's a little easier, then you know which way you're doing. So you line it up. Okay, with the needle down, you clip your webbing, and then you can see exactly where you need to be. There we go. Now on this one, I'm going to press to the dark again, and I think that served me well. And there we go. I'm pressing to the medium. The darker is, in this case, when you're sewing a light onto a medium, the dark is the medium. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now I need a new piece of fabric there to use as a plug, or get some leader ender project done or cut. Okay, so this, okay, and again we're working with most of the seams on the up part of the block. Okay, I'm gonna get this off now. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way because, okay, let's seam this needle down, clip this so you can get in there and really see what you're doing, because that's important. You know, there we go. There. And now I'll do the same on this side. There we go. There. And now ease in to the end. There we go. There. Perfect. Perfect. There. Now, the pressing, right? This will probably go in. These two long seams, the last two long seams I did, this will probably just be pressed in, because that works. It makes everything work, and there's not a low volume. There's not a light now that's going to have a bunch of show through. So let's get to our ta-da moment. So here's our ta-da moment on summer fun. Isn't this gorgeous? It's just, you know, bright and happy. It's got some dark and, you know, it's got light blues and everything. So I do hope you give this one a try. This was a lot of fun to put together for you guys, and it was easy to sew, and it would be a great scrap buster if you just went darks. Doesn't matter what dark, doesn't have to be the same dark, and then mediums, doesn't have to be the same medium, and you could play around with the lights and you would get a really quite an effective little block. This would make a really cool secondary pattern as well if you sew it onto other blocks, because all of these would then match up with the other ones. So it's kind of fun, you know, think about these things and, you know, all the things we can do with them. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week ahead and life is treating you gently. So you stay well and take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!